age, as we get older, our skin is less able to maintain its internal moisture. There's less production of sebum and serum, which are these body sweats and lipid oils secreted on the outer of the epidermis. And as that skin dies, it fills itself with keratin, which is a protein that's also found in our hair strands and fingernails. And keratin is hydrophobic, so it helps to repel unwanted water in the ear. In addition, keratin has a protective property in such that it reflects harmful UV rays from the sun, so it helps protect the underlying skin. But in this patient, this keratin is just built up. They are a hearing aid wearer, and they have to attend biannually. And I suspect their occlusion is due to two reasons. Their skin is very, very dry indeed, and there's a lot of adherence to the canal wall, preventing it from migrating out the ear sideways, which it should be doing. But also, the patient's hearing aid itself is not helping because it's preventing this dead skin from migrating. In fact, it's pushing it further in, one would argue. So I'm just using the new right correct there, and I'm just trying to separate it all the way around the edge of the ear canals. So this is the back part of the ear canal, just lifting that away. You can just see how strongly adhered that is. With keratin, quite often, because it has got this reflective property, you can see it's reflecting a lot of the light source that we're using to illuminate the inside of the ear. Earwax is a bit more softer, less reflective, so it absorbs a bit more of the light, whereas keratin reflects. You can tell by the glossiness of dead skin, as it is a lot more reflective and shiny in comparison to earwax. The specular size we're using here is a 5mm specular. It's a large size. We've got an extra large, 5.75, and then we've got the standard size, which is 4.25. And then we've got a 3.5mm. Now, the 3.5mm internal diameter specula, I initially expect to just be using for paediatrics or children, but I'm using it more and more, and that's because a lot of patients who do have earwax protection, a lot of adults have got narrower ears. So it makes sense for me to then also be using the smaller specula in this patient group. So, but you've got a 4 to select from. Slowly bring this forward, so the distance of this keratin is adhered to the eardrum. Just check the focus that so you can view that. So with this patient's keratin, the surface keratin, this plug, is quite dry and crusted, but in the core it's a bit more soft and mushy. So you can see that the carrot, as I'm bringing it forward, it's almost spreading the core of this keratin plug against the canal wall as opposed to bringing it sideways. So I've just gone back in the carrot. I'm going to lift it up. I think at the moment I am going to be reverting to a bit later on some forceps. At the moment there's nothing substantial for me to grab onto. If I was to use forceps at the moment, then it'll split. You can see it's quite crumbly, this more lateral aspect, and it'll just tear away these crumbly bits, which is not the idea behind the forceps. Forceps, you want to grab onto some substantial and bring this keratin down in a larger piece. Just readjusting the focus. Deep into the carrot. You can see that the tail end of that skin is coming down off the eardrum. So you've got to be careful with the carrot. What I have found with the WAXscope is that because the angulation, because the specular is straight to the ear, as opposed to the endoscope, that I am able to use in this instruments a lot deeper in the ear than I previously was able to. Got a nice piece out there, drawing it out the ear. Stretching the ear once more. We've got 2/3 out. Just getting it in focus. You can see all the keratin there, you can see all the texture of it. The structure of it, the helical structure. You can see the ribbons. Quite normally associated with dead skin, you get this ribbon effect. And you can see the ripples on the individual skin cells there. They have a lamellar structure, so these skin cells, they are flat shaped, so they call that squamous, and the interlocked lamellar structure think about fish scales, how they interweave and overlap, or even towels on the roof. So, or body armour, historic body armour, not modern day body armour. These plates of armour, they're interlocked, fish scales are interlocked, towels on the roof are interlocked, and similarly our skin is also, individual skins are interlocked, but as they die they begin to disconnect from one another and they flake off into their individual skin cells, or they should do. And slowly but surely these little individual skin cells, they fall out in the air. Quite often you may be able to feel that sensation. You get a bit of an itch and you feel something dropping out your ear, and that's your wax on your dead skin. So again, just pushing this off the posterior canal wall. Forwards, but I think now I've got something more substantial to grip onto using the forceps, so let's just see if I use them. You can just see how compressed this keratin plug was on the back part of the ear canal when you moved it forwards. There's a bit of inflammation there, a bit of almost like a bruising. Caused by the pressure of this keratin plug up against the canal wall, of course, when the patient then wears the hearing aids, and of course further compression. Just roll that out the entrance. Fair amount of skin here. Just want a good nosy around, getting my bearings. Again, going securely, getting in behind this and slowly pulling it forwards. Really well so far. Just keeping it on the rear just to focus. I am just so you can see the anterior part of the ear. There's a bit of keratin here. I'm going to elevate off. You can see the underneath layer of skin, that whiter layer, that's more recently dyed and shed skin. And as that skin matures and oxidizes in the ear, it darkens. The darker pieces of keratin is the older pieces. The more lighter shades, the more recent dead pieces of skin. Piece of dead skin out here. We've got a quarter left. Just see the curvature there with the correct. It's a lot more visible with the right correct in comparison to when we're using the endoscope, the iClearScope vision, when we're using the correct in conjunction with the iClearScope, should I say. Well, you can still see it, but with the WAXscope there's not evident the curvature. So now's a good time to use the forceps. Again, just trying to put a little gap here, just to lift it up. Bottom jaw underneath, and the grip. Yes, got a nice piece a little bit. As I predicted, with this consistency, this is quite dry and crumbly. The peripheral anyway. It's just almost dissected it into two pieces. But I'm going to go back in. Just got another piece that's got an additional piece hanging off it. So the occlusion is now removed. See, I've removed some of the skin, a bit of blistering at the base. The eardrum is visible, some keratin on there. So I'm going to revert to the fine end suction program and going to peel away some of this dead skin. It's quite deep. It is about half a centimetre away from the eardrum, so the bone sensitive part of the ear. You do have to be cautious. See some individual hair strands. Surface of the skin that will peel away. Just lifting this up. I'm just going to reduce the brightness necessarily, it's quite reflective. There we are. And all these adjustments in terms of the brightness and focus, they are all done quite easily on the app. had a colleague visited me today just to take a look at the WAXscope. They are using the endoscope already, but admittedly they said they can struggle at times to use it. Using an endoscope is a really skillful art to master. And I'm really interested in the WAXscope. They are using these head-worn loops in the meantime, and they're taken away by the view, the magnification, the clarity that the WAXscope is able to offer. It's far superior to what they're using with the loops. At the roof of the echo, let's see if we can feel that away. Slowly bring it downwards. Just a bit of consistency centrally. So it comes away easily, brilliant. If not, we're not too concerned. Just remember this and it just came away. You see a few flakes of dead skin that we peeled off. I'm going to leave that. You've got to know when to stop. It's really one of the hardest things as a chemical ear specialist. Sometimes less is more. Even pieces like this, if it didn't come away easily, you just left it. Thankfully, not too much trouble. And again, there's a few flakes at the base of the ear canal, so we're just going to hover over. If they come away, brilliant. We're not going to force it or chase it. Focus. Just got the tag on, I'm going to leave the rest. I'm just going to hop up these little fragments of skin. These are quite crusted now. Visualise the patient's eardrum. I'm going to get it focused on just the brightness there and then the focus. Dilate the ear so you can see the anterior part, so you can see how we manipulate the speculum so you can get the full view, the front section of the eardrum, which improves the one really focusing on. We'll move on to their left ear now. Sorry, their right ear, that was their left ear that we just treated. So once more it's really reflective, it's going to turn on brightness. So it's cloak, countenance. Fully occluding the patient's ear canal, so it's all the way around the edge. There's very little openings or gaps for sound to travel through. Once more, just commencing with the right correct, and just elevating it downwards just to peel it off the roof of the ear canal. And as I am, I'm bringing the cut forwards out of the ears, so actually to try and extract this. The WAXscope offers a lot more magnification than the endoscope, but it doesn't offer the same field of view, and that's the beauty of an endoscope. With an endoscope, the lens of the endoscope is inside the ear, hence the name endoscope, which then provides you with an unparalleled field of view. With all of the visualization techniques, the lens is actually external, so it's out of the ear. ENT microscope, head-worn microscope, loops, operating endoscopes, the WAXscope for example. And that can make it more tricky to visualise the full eardrum because the ear canal's not straight. If it were straight then it wouldn't be a problem, but the bends and twists and curves in the ear meaning that if the lens is outside of the ear you can stretch the outer third of the ear canal quite a bit to try and straighten it and align it with the inner two thirds. So the curvature typically occurs in the outer third of the ear canal, from the first and second bend. And that's cartilaginous, so we can stretch that and straighten it in line with the bony part. Now the bony part itself can also be curved and bent, but it's less so than the outer third. So once you straighten the outer third, then you've almost got a straight line towards the eardrum. As such, not always, but as I said, it does help. But sometimes it's not possible to fully stretch and dilate the ear canal because it can be uncomfortable for the patient. So here I'm pushing the speculum to the left and then rotating it back to the right to get a straight line. You can see the eardrum in the distance, it is more central. On the right you can see that flesh there, that's the bottom of the second bend of the ear canal. Everything beyond that is the bony part, and you can actually see the border, so the cartilage portions of this more fleshy, it's more matte in appearance, more dense, paler in colour. Whereas the bony part, it's shinier, it's more red, it's glossier. So just use a combination of the forceps and the fine and suction probe. Just lifting this up. There we go. The ear canal is now unblocked. Visualize the patient's eardrum. There is some counting around the edge, so let's increase the brightness again. I'm going to see if that peels away. So I'm just going to peel it downwards. Again, it's quite adherent to the roof of the ear canal. It's like sticky sellotape. Could be careful though, because we are on the patient's eardrum here, so really nice and gentle, peel it downwards. I think it wants to tear away in a moment. Peel it inwards now. So on the back part of the ear canal. We are going to get these little flakes, it's not significant. Even that skin that we just peeled there. For anyone new to moving earwax, I can just leave that. It's just a new experience. And if it's not causing the patient any discomfort, you wouldn't. If this was causing the patient discomfort, then you would stop straight off. It was clarinetting to make a loud high frequency scream, which it was unfortunately. You would just stop the procedure because you don't want to add any additional risk. With patients on regular, they're very comfortable, very still, and there's no clarinetting, no discomfort. I felt comfortable just trying to peel away as much of this dead keratin as I possibly could. The centre part of the ear peels down directly off the hammer bone, so it's known as the malleus. So if you are interested in the WAXscope, please feel free to email info@clearwax.co.uk. I've done one or two smaller training courses to try and refine the whole process before we do the big launch, and all the speculi and all the instruments that are manufacturing are in mass production as we speak. Everything's registered with the relevant regulatory medical boards, both in the UK and Europe, CE marked. Other additional things to sort out, but we are there, which is great. We're getting some really good feedback as well. So I recently trained two good friends, one's an ENT consultant surgeon, one's an audiologist. I was a bit worried about the audiologists because they are very proficient with the endoscope. As I've explained before, this is not a substitute for the endoscope. The endoscope, as far as I'm concerned, it's in a league of its own when it comes to visualising and moving earwax from the ear canal. So I was worried that when my colleague reverted to the WAXscope, it would be a bit of a coming down, if anything, but they were really impressed. And yeah, there are obvious differences, but in certain cases that my colleague isn't able to do with the endoscope, they are using the WAXscope, and in fact they're gaining a preference for the WAXscope now. My colleagues in ENT surgeon, they quite regularly use an operated ENT microscope to obviously perform surgery, but also to visualise the ear in outpatients clinic. They were really impressed because the view is more akin to a microscope. So that they are more familiar with. My colleague wasn't familiar, my other audiology colleague wasn't familiar with the microscopic view. But the ENT surgeon was, and really impressed. In fact, they said it was better in terms of view for moving earwax than in the ENT microscope. The only major difference is with the microscope, ENT microscope, you gain depth perception using binocular vision, so both eyes are artificially converged to be able to view deep wax, or a triangle view deep wax with each individual eye. When you're viewing an object with both individual eyes, your brain can use the information received from both eyes to provide depth perception. So if you cover one eye, shut one eye off, you lose that, you get monocular vision. But it's not to say you can't gain depth perception with monocular vision, and essentially what we're using here is monocular vision. But the depth perception here it's obtained by focus. With the iconoscope, endoscope, similarly that's 2D view, so it's monocular vision, but you gain depth perception with an endoscope, I would say more because of the wide field of view it provides, the shadows, the various landmarks, that enables you to obtain depth perception. But with the WAXscope it's mainly to do with the focus, and when things are in focus, you can judge the depth. So in the eardrum, in the distance, we know that's far away because it's blurry. Whereas this piece of skin, the roof, we know we can ascertain the correct depth because it's in focus. And just in focus to visualize the eardrum again. Just go to increase the brightness and adjust the focus. So I'm very pleased with that. Patient's hearing aid stopped whistling, as that was one of the complaints that they had. You can see this patient's got a really dry ear canal, superficial metatasis sterna, partly due to their age. As we get older, our skin is less able to maintain its internal moisture. There's less production of sebum and serum, which are these body sweats and lipid oils secreted in the outer